You know, I think you could see our frustration. I mean, between the starters and me, we were just frustrated at the beginning of the game, and I think FAU did a nice job of being physical and paying a ton of attention to the ball handler. We've got two very special scorers in Shanice and Aquana, and I think they gave them a lot of attention. So I'm happy that we adjusted as a team. And what you don't know about Mo and Bay is like they just want Miami to win. So it became, they distributed the ball and did some other things. But our post players, 58 points in the paint. It's been a while that Miami's had 58 points in the paint, trust me. So I'm really pleased with that development, and I'm kind of glad it happened that way, and that's how it evolved. Because if you're going to tell me that we're going to score 89 points, usually Fire and Ice are going to have 40, and they didn't. And so for that, to get to 89, and Stroman step up, and our bench just 31 points from the bench was fantastic. And those bench minutes weren't just after the game was blown open. We went to our bench early, and I thought they really contributed, and I kind of anticipated that the way they've been practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, how important is it for you to have Morgan step up as that third scoring option?
I think we're a completely different team than we were last year because of Stroman's improvement. I think she really, there's a lot. I mean, from a freshman year to sophomore year, it's kind of been our thing, and I want to credit my staff, but I also want to credit my kids, like Shanice from her freshman year to sophomore year, Bebe from her freshman year to sophomore year, and now Stro from her freshman year to sophomore year. I mean, you've got to notice what happens. We spend a ton of time in the gym. We spend a ton of time on individual workouts, and then the kids take it seriously and really get a lot better in this program. We really are pretty high on player development, and Stroman is just her jumper, opening up her game a little bit with the jump shot, but her full court handle's as good as anyone on the team. Occasionally, she gets a little too excited and the goose gets loose, but most of the time, I think she's become just our tempo doesn't slow down. If she gets a rebound, she can bust out down the court, and gosh, if that frees up our wings and our shooters, we're going to be very special.
Shanice, same thing. How do you, with you and Raquana being such big scorers, how do you see the importance of Morgan as a scorer?
Pressure reliever on the inside. We can't just load up on us on the outside because we have an inside threat now. So definitely relieve the pressure off of us.
Coach, finishing strong last year, going into the WNIT championship. What do you think will be the key factor as you head into early December and before conference play to maybe kind of make that push to reach that NCAA tournament this year, Coach?
Oh gosh, you'd be surprised how often we talk about it. We just talked about it again.
Yeah.
Like we want to win in January and February, and in order to do that, our shooters are going to have to get on their game. Uterstrom and Saunders can stroke that ball like these two kids I've never seen, and we've got to free them up. They've got to hit some shots for us at the same time while they're not hitting. Crystal Saunders comes in and gets 8 boards, so she's still contributing. But we can't. We have a quest for a perfect basketball game, and we haven't even been close yet. And a perfect basketball game for us. I liked our shot chart tonight. I think it was probably our best shot chart in terms of the multi-dimensional scoring opportunities. That's a big deal for Miami. In the NIT last year, we had the big two just kind of went off, and we rode their backs. But now, shot chart's nice. The inside post presence from our younger kids coming along is good. So that was one thing answered. So we just keep working on different aspects of our game. But believe me, this team we are very honest about what we're not doing well, and we go out and correct it.
You feel a little more easier to be a little more cohesive. I noticed a smaller roster this year than maybe some teams in the past. I noticed only 10 are addressing that now.
Yeah.
Does that play into a part of that, you think?
I don't know. I think we've got real good awareness of do what you do, and that we keep saying that, do what you do. And I just said it in the locker room to the shooters, like you need to do what you do, and then also contribute in other ways. But the pressure, this team does not shy away from the truth or putting pressure on them. You can call them out, and they're usually answering their timeout. They're usually telling me what they did wrong before I get to them, and that's the best I've ever had here at Miami. I had a team that it wasn't my fault, and now I have a team that is hurrying to tell me that they know they're wrong.
Sounds good.
Coach, what can you tell me about your nephew, what he did today?
I got to see it. I recorded it. It was something, and he's a great kid, and very close with him. And that, I don't know, he had a winning touchdown against, I think, South Carolina this year too, but this one's big. And I got to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
So you missed it, huh?
Yeah. I made sure the team knew. We were sitting there scouting. I had to scout the game before. But I brag about him. I kind of throw it in their face. I don't know why I do
see
that.
it?
You see the catch, like I said. But he's just such a good guy too, and he's just he's a great family. So I'm really happy for him, and you know, that's a big deal for us and our family. Real big deal.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the rebounding. I saw that you were 11th in rebound margin in the ACC so far this season, and today you had a huge advantage on the boards. Are you a good rebounding team, or how do you?
No, we're not a good rebounding team yet. I think we forced a lot of, you know, longer shots. I think we're rushing out, we're challenging people, and we're running the ball down. But we still got to work on, you know, we have a thing called the idiot circle, and it's basically if you go rebound under the basket, the only rebound you're going to get is a made shot. And we love that idiot circle, and we got to get out. We got to be a little bit more powerful in our box outs because a power rebounding game is not to our advantage right now. And that's where Mariah Brown and Selena Archer, and even like a Chanel Williams, if they get in there and they have a lot more strength, that's got to develop.
Morgan, I want to ask you, how do you view your development from last year to this year? Coach was talking about a little bit how you see your game developing.
I see it, as Shanice said, taking pressure off of them. Over the summer, I worked out, got some shots out, so I'm trying to help the post players be more aggressive, getting shots in the paint and taking the outside shots, getting to the basket and doing everything.
Her mom was her high school coach, and she was here tonight. I don't know if that had anything to do with the performance.
She played great, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Coach, I noticed that your offensive style was really run and gun hard. Is that what you're looking to do? Is that your pace you're looking to maintain?
To be honest with you, we don't think we ran enough tonight.
Really? Wow.
I'm not kidding. We were absolutely, the kids write on the board at halftime, and they write on the board after the game before I get in there. They write positives and negatives, and at halftime it was we're flat, we're not running, and after the game it was our tempo stunk. So yeah, we got to do more. We really do.
Okay.
We practice harder than that.
Yeah.
We much more tempo. But I give FAU credit. They got physical with us and knocked us off our game a little bit, and I'm glad that happened. And I don't care if the scouts hear it and they do it. Then please do it because we got to get better. We want to win in January and February.
Right.
Shanice, you were picked 8th in the ACC. Is that an accurate assessment of your team, or?
You know, I really feel like polls don't matter. I think it comes down to ACC tournament. Everybody's 0-0. I'm not really looking at rankings, but I think we're better than AF. Yes, I do. Potentially, yes.
Shanice, maybe you didn't have the best scoring night, but 4 freshmen and Chanel Williams on the court, and they scored a lot. What do you have to say?
It was fun. I mean, it's really not. It's not about me. It's about Miami. You know, that's something that we preach here. That's something. That's why we came here. You know, it's for us to win, and I can do more things than scoring. You know, I was a leader out there, and that's it. We won. Bottom line.
More, what do you have to say about Nelly? She was the veteran out there, and they won a big run. That 5 won a big run and put the game away. What do you have to say about Nelly?
I told him when she came off the court, she played like a boss. Like that's her slogan, Nelly the boss. Like she knows that she has to step up a little bit. So I feel like she's taking it to her advantage, being the veteran on the court to bring to the table and do what she has to do.
Just one other question I would like to answer. I know it's always a fun time playing during the holidays. They might care to share maybe one of the most memorable Thanksgiving days or one of the memorable fun times during Thanksgiving. You make me remember growing up as a child or through years of high school. You may want to care to share that. Silence, huh?
I mean, I don't know.
I had a family. I'm the youngest of 8. And then I had 27 first cousins, so we always were multiple turkeys. And, you know, one of the aunts had that over, and yeah, there's a lot of us. So the kids blew us off yesterday. Didn't invite us. They had their own Thanksgiving for the first time and didn't invite the coaches who usually would have them. But that's okay. I didn't get my feelings hurt. But,
I come over to my house.
They got the leftovers.
Oh, okay.
So
We got blown off.
It was good too.
It's better than us.
I didn't. I didn't because last year my people came down.